Hey, Dad, it's Cathy.
The prodigal daughter returns home.
I didn't want to be there, but I had to be.
To the place that haunted her youth.
I could feel the dread start to come in the room. I couldn't scream, I couldn't do anything.
Only to find the house won't give up its ghosts.
Something dark is definitely up there.
I had no control.
In this world, there is real evil.
Someone's in my room.
It lurks in the darkest shadows. Between what we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. The town of Bergen in upstate New York was founded in 1812. A community of farmers and lumber workers carved their future out of the region's dense woods and fertile soil. But they were not the first to inhabit this ancient land. Bergen sits on the edge of a vast primordial swamp. For over 10,000 years, its black creeks still pulse through the wetlands, bringing new life to age-old darkness.
You have to pick the right kind of plants to put in this soil. They all can't survive here.
It is here, at the edge of the swamp, where Cathy Heglund grew up.
My parents moved to Bergen in the late 50s. And they found this old farmhouse out in the country that they could afford. My father thought he would fix it up and he'd have a little land and a bigger home. My father was in the backyard tilling up a garden space for my mother to have a vegetable garden.
What is it, Dad?
And he uncovered part of a woman's body. There was tufts of hair that were still curled. You could tell that this woman had red hair. There were 7 or 8 vertebrae from like a spine.
That looks like a piece of a lady's dress. Do you think?
Don't. It's nothing for you to worry about, Cathy. I want you to go inside now. Go inside. Okay. Now.
I have no idea if the authorities were ever called. We didn't really talk about that incident after that.
Cathy sensed that there was something unusual about her home and the land it sat upon.
One night, I noticed a shadow in the corner. I could feel the dread start to come in the room, that creepy feeling that makes you just want to run and hide. And I remember the room got very, very, very cold, and I couldn't move. The only thing I could move was my eyes. It was like I was paralyzed. I couldn't scream, I couldn't do anything.
You okay? You okay? Shh, shh. What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't
God, come here.
It took me a few minutes to gather myself so I could even think to tell my dad what my side of the story was.
You all right? Tell me you're okay.
Cathy tells her father what she remembers.
He would listen to me and he would be afraid for me, but he didn't know what to do.
Cathy, we can't let our fears get the best of us, okay? Understand? We have to be careful who we talk to about this stuff, because most people don't believe in ghosts.
But, Dad...
Put it out of your mind. Okay?
My father wasn't as open to acknowledging some of the things that were going on in the house. I think because he didn't know how to handle those things. He didn't know how to protect us from those things.
Nothing here can hurt you, okay?
I think in his mind, if he ignored it and he didn't give it any attention, it would go away. But it didn't go away.
As soon as she could leave Bergen, Cathy started a new life in Rochester, New York.
When I was old enough to get married and I moved out of the house, it was a great relief to me.
She starts her own family, builds her own home, and tries to forget about the nightmare in Bergen.
I actually tried to convince my father to sell that house more than once, to get my mother out of there.
Hey, Dad.
He was very firm that he would never sell that house.
Hey, Dad, it's Cathy. Dad? What you got here? Oh, Dad. Oh. Oh, Dad. Oh. You're okay.
He actually became sick and had to go into a nursing home. We were gone for 8 years. 8 years that house stood like that. Like the day we just shut the door.
By 2018, Cathy's children are grown, and her marriage has ended. Health problems have forced her into early retirement and taken a toll on her finances, leaving her only one place to go. She returns to the Bergen house with her new boyfriend.
Could be worse.
Could it?
Only one way to find out.
During that time period, people had been breaking in to the house because they realized it was empty and it's off the road, stealing antiques, dropping garbage off.
I don't know where to start.
Come on now, we're in this together.
Just can't believe I had to move back here. Promised myself I'd never move back.
It'll be okay. It'll be great. We'll make the best of it.
Well, glad you're here with me.
I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be there, but I had to be there. The idea was that we would fix up the house, try to get it cleared, sell it, move on with our lives. The very first night, my boyfriend, he fell asleep rather quickly. I was very nervous. I got that old familiar feeling.
What's wrong? What happened? Look.
It brought back all of those fears I had as a kid.
What happened? Look.
It was like it got to the end of the bed and it would just disappeared. It was just gone.
Sorry, Cat, but I'm not sleeping in this bed.
Air mattress, living room.
I'm not sleeping in this house.
What?
Come with me, Cat. Or don't. I just can't.
I did feel like this might be a mistake moving back into this house. But yet, that was my family home. When I thought about home as a kid, that was what I thought of. So even though I was terrified, that was also my comfort.
Give your mom a hug. Oh. Thanks for coming, sweetheart.
Hey, Mom. You remember Justin?
Justin, so good to see you. I'd say pardon the mess, but it is way too far gone for that. So what do you think? Can we salvage this wreck?
Justin is a good family friend. Out of the kindness of his heart, he volunteered to help us try to clean it up a little bit.
It's gonna take a lot of work, but yeah, it's under there somewhere.
Well, let me show you around before you get too optimistic. You okay?
Yeah, I just felt like someone walked across my grave or something.
It was definitely a warm day when I walked in. And I walked in and I felt the chill. It just kind of sent hairs up my spine a little bit.
Keep an open mind. It's a strange old house.
What do you mean?
Make yourself useful.
Always doing something.
After a full day of sifting through years of debris, Justin and Max settle in for the night.
I'm done, man.
Yeah, me too. Hey, you crash upstairs. I'll take the couch.
Cool.
Justin Morrison was told that he's staying at a strange old house, but nothing could have prepared him for what he encounters upstairs.
It just kind of sent hairs up my spine a little bit. And it was like someone put their hand on me and just fully extended their arm.
Dude, are you okay? Yeah, I think so.
I felt the initial fall of when my butt hit the stairs. I remember my head hitting, but I didn't, there was no pain, my head didn't hurt.
Did you see anybody? No.
It was like bouncing your head off of a mattress. I can't explain it other than whatever it was didn't want me to get hurt. They just didn't want me there. They didn't want me upstairs. Something dark. It was definitely up there. Slept in the living room.
In the morning, Justin tells Cathy about his experience in the house.
Hey, boys. Here you go.
Thanks, Mom.
You bet.
Miss Cathy? You know how you said to give this house a chance?
Yeah?
I think I know what you meant.
Something happened?
Yeah.
I let him tell me his story. I let him know that I believed him.
Yeah, I was like, so I'm not? She was like, no, you're not crazy, no.
Have you ever seen anything?
Yes. I mean, as a kid, I saw a lot. There was crazy stuff that happened. Dad told me not to talk about it ever, so yes, a lot.
I asked, who are they? She goes, I'm not really sure who they are.
Do you know what they want?
No. I haven't even really thought about what they want.
Cathy decides it is time to seek definite answers about who or what is haunting her house.
We had a neighbor. He suggested, you meet this woman, she can enlighten you on some of the other things that are going on there, because Janet is a psychic medium.
The original house was built in 1858, but most of the rooms were added in the 1880s and 1930s.
What is it, Dad?
I didn't tell her anything about the garden, and she just stopped. She stopped in the exact spot my father dug up that body.
Something happened here.
I had a feeling of death. I had felt there was a woman back there that had been killed on the property and had been buried.
And she goes, there's people buried on this property. And I said, yes, I think so.
Can we go in there? Of course.
When I entered the barn, I got a feeling, overwhelming feeling of fear and dread and sadness. Being a mother, I could feel that feeling of being pregnant. And that's when I saw the woman hanging from the rafters in the barn.
I know what happened here. A woman took her own life.
Janet decides to conduct an investigation to see if she can calm the restless spirit lurking in Cathy's barn. She has her friend DJ, a paranormal investigator, join her.
Is there someone here who wishes to communicate?
We were actually out there one night, and we were actually going to try to cross over the spirit of the woman that hung herself.
I'm reaching out to the woman who died here. I know what happened to you. Can you help me understand why?
I glanced over at her, and I instantly knew something was wrong with her.
In the barn behind Cathy Heglund's house, psychic medium Janet Toll makes contact with a restless spirit.
I saw someone behind her. It was like their face was coming through her face. It was almost like they were pushing through her from the back.
Janet, are you okay? Can you hear me? Janet. 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 Janet.
I called to her and she wasn't responding.
Can you hear me now?
I was like, Janet, you know, a little bit louder.
Yeah. What was that?
I just remembered kind of feeling dazed, like sort of out of it.
I got something here. Look at this.
Come to find out, after reviewing the video and the pictures, there was a spirit that had stepped inside of my body.
You could actually see another face over the top of hers. It's a very creepy photo because in the photo, the face that's turned to look at you, the eyes are completely black.
The woman who died here. She needs our help.
Cathy reaches out to a local historian in hopes of identifying the woman who died in her barn.
The town historian is the one that told us about the woman who hung herself in the barn, Catherine.
I'm with child. With your child.
Come to find out that this young girl actually had an affair with one of the married justices of the peace at the time. And when he found out she was pregnant, he broke off the relationship.
You want my counsel? End it. Be rid of it.
To be an unmarried young woman pregnant, no, her whole life was over with. Her family wouldn't help her anything. They would turn their back on you back in those days, you know? So she became very despondent and took her life.
Because of the aggressive nature of the hauntings, Cathy invites investigator and psychic Tim Shaw to help get answers to the questions that have plagued her since childhood.
Oh, come in.
You must be Cathy.
Mr. Shaw.
Janet knew Reverend Tim Shaw, and she mentioned the house to him. And he wanted to come see it for himself and experience it for himself.
Let me see. What can I tell you?
If you don't mind, I'd like to take a walk around the house first myself.
Whenever I go to a quote-unquote haunted house, I'll do a cold walk, which means I want to go and I want to read the energy in the house. I want to get impressions. I want to go in every single room. I want the house to tell me what's going on.
Of course. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you. I'm standing in the home of Cathy Heglund.
I'm kind of looking around and I got like a sick feeling in my solar plexus. And the first thing that you learn about if you work with exorcists or demonologists, if you get a little butterfly in your solar plexus, that usually means there's something that's not real happy that you're there. I was walking up the stairs and I got about halfway and I got a gentle push, felt it like right in my chest, centralized, like somebody had just put their hand out, said stop.
There's definitely something here. It's stronger in the second floor.
And I was like, what the hell did I hit? Was there something here?
I'm in the upstairs bedroom. Whatever attacked me on the stairs seems to have backed off.
I went to the back window and I looked out and I'm looking into the swamp.
Paranormal investigator Tim Shaw has encountered the dark entity haunting Cathy Heglund's home.
I'm not afraid of you. And you can't hide from me.
Tim Shaw's experience gives him an idea about the cause of the haunting.
We know that water plays an important part in amplifying psychic phenomena. That primordial swamp predates European occupation of the area. That tells you that that swamp has a lot of energy to it. So I believe that that is what's powering whatever is in the house. I immediately thought to myself, this would be a great location to attempt a seance. If it was done correctly, done safely, that we could go and we could contact something, get some kind of two-way communication going, because it just felt that the house was alive.
Cathy recruits a team of paranormal investigators, including researcher and psychic medium Rob Thompson and his assistant Renata, to help with the seance.
From the moment we arrived, I felt that we were being observed, and immediately I felt that there were multiple spirits there who needed our help.
Let's get started.
Right.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
There's several ways of doing a seance, but every seance is almost the same. You start off with a prayer.
We ask your protection for all those within this circle tonight. Help us to raise our energy to communicate with the spirits here.
You can really raise the vibration enough to give them enough energy to be able to move things, do things. It can get pretty intense during a seance.
Is there someone out there who'd like to communicate with us?
Damn it.
Our equipment was starting to drain. Brand new batteries that just been fully charged. Even the disposable ones, boom. It's a sign that spirit is willing to come forward and is using energy.
Okay, good to go.
We are here to help you. Make your presence known to us.
The energy is building.
All of a sudden, the table, you could feel the vibrations coming up through the table. Right through the table itself, you could just feel them.
I can't believe I'm seeing this.
It was the first seance I had ever experienced firsthand. The table was actually off the ground.
The table levitated off the floor and was shaking back and forth, and it was just incredible.
It went up and stayed there for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 seconds. I felt something behind me. It was nasty. And then you could feel just the energy just drop. And it was over. It was done.
Damn it. Again?
I think I need some air.
Okay. Let's give it a few minutes, and we'll try again.
When the investigators regroup, Janet Toll leads the seance.
I am reaching out to the young woman who died on this property. Catherine, can you hear me?
As the seance was going on, one of the participants started crying uncontrollably. She just was wailing, and we couldn't get her to stop.
Are you there?
For me, a seance is giving spirit like a giant antenna. Sometimes things can go awry. Sometimes people can break the circle out of fear.
Everyone keep holding hands.
I looked over and I saw in my mind's eye that Catherine, the woman who had hung herself in the barn, had stepped in too close to her and was making her cry.
Catherine, listen to my voice. I need you to step away from this circle.
I had to ask her if she could please step back from her. You know, that she wasn't allowed to be that close, that you could communicate with us, but she wasn't allowed to be that close to the woman. And as soon as she stepped back, the woman just completely stopped crying. That was it. She was done. And she didn't know what was happening.
I was sitting in the front room and I felt the dark presence come into the room. I could feel the anger.
There is something in here with us.
What is it?
It's him.
And we could feel this rush of negative energy come in.
During the seance at the Bergen house, investigator Rob Thompson becomes a vessel of the dark entity.
At some point, I blacked out. I have no connection with what is going on. I had no control.
It was very aggressive energy from that spirit, and he definitely was trying to intimidate.
Who are you? Tell me your name.
Who are you?
I'm not afraid of you at all. I never will be either.
And now I know who you are.
That was me showing the confidence that I can't be intimidated by him.
Rob? Are you back with us?
You could tell that this man who was in the seance with us, he just came out of it.
Is he gone?
Yes. For now.
His whole purpose was to make us afraid. And when somebody stood up to him, he lost that power and he left.
The seance is over. Thank you.
With the seance concluded, the investigators give Cathy what she has long awaited: answers.
Tim, thank you.
You have a very active house. Hopefully it'll quiet down, but with the swamp, I doubt it. I believe there's a young woman here from another time. Demure, quiet. Seems like she was in an abusive relationship. I hope she's found peace.
Me too.
You told me that you loved me. I see now that you are incapable of loving anyone. You are a monster, and I hope that you are damned in hell.
And you have a male spirit who feels dark, punitive, cruel.
The darker guy, the darker spirit personality, I believe that he is someone who has lived in the house. He feels as if he's part of that house, and I believe that he was somebody that was just unbelievably stern. He ruled by having an iron fist. Women had no rights.
I don't like you sharing the space with him. Be careful, Cathy.
Cathy, good luck with this place. I'm afraid you might need it.
I feel we did good work while we were there. I feel that the energy changed, it shifted, but honestly, I wouldn't go back there for all the tea in China.
I started to talk to my father a little bit about the spirit activity in that house and about why he would never let us tell anybody about things when we were kids. And I told him, I want to know why this place is so haunted and why we had to grow up the way we grew up experiencing those things. And he agreed with me that we needed to find out why. I've kind of told myself that the spirits in the house, they're people. They're part of my family, whether I like it or not. I talk out loud to my ghost sometimes, and I said, you know, like me or not, we are in this together. And we can either get along or we don't have to get along.
The family finds the perfect place to build a spooky attraction.
This place is going to make the best haunted house ever.
I was just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna make this work.
Only to learn the location is already haunted.
Every instinct in me just says run. Run now.
But the resident entity isn't giving up its prized possession so easily.
He's trying to kill me.
In this world, there is real evil.
Someone's in my room.
It lurks in the darkest shadows. Between what we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. Just southwest of the Great Salt Lake sits the former mining town of Tooele, once a place where people sought their fortunes. It is here that lifelong haunted house enthusiasts Kim Anderson and his niece Dusty Kingston find a hidden gem. The old Tooele Hospital is up for sale.
Although she was my niece, she was more like my sister. We grew up close to the same age.
Whoa. Whoa is right.
He was super popular. I was kind of the bookworm.
This is perfect.
I remember coming up the street and seeing it. I said, I gotta have this place. This is phenomenal. You cannot be more excited. As a person that's been involved in the haunted house industry for so long, to come across an old abandoned hospital, it was like a dream came true.
This is gonna be sick.
You looking for the nursing home entrance? It's around the other side.
Oh, no. My niece and I are looking to buy the old hospital.
Fantastic. I run the nursing home on the other side of the building. What are you thinking of doing?
Well, we've always wanted to open up our own haunted house attraction.
Well, that's not something you hear every day.
As a teenager, Kim volunteered at a haunted house that provided him a community and turned his life around.
I was kind of a hellion. I credit that haunted house to really straightening me out and keeping me on the path.
It really turned my life around. So we're hoping to do the same for the kids coming up.
We actually used a few rooms in there for a Halloween fundraiser last year. So I might be able to give you some pointers.
Cool, thanks.
I gotta run, but here's my card.
All right, see ya.
The sale quickly goes through. With only a few months before Halloween, Kim and Dusty are faced with the monumental task of getting the haunted house up and running.
Whoa. Oh. As we walk into the place, oh my Lord, I almost didn't need anything.
Oh. This place is going to make the best haunted house ever. Yeah. It already looks like one.
It was like a working hospital, and at one point, they just decided, tomorrow, we're leaving. Take all the people and go. It's all perfect. I was really giddy. I couldn't wait to start on the project.
Look at all this equipment. We should do like a scary surgical room with like bloody nurses and doctors.
Like the one we did together back in high school.
Yes, but much better, much scarier. But first we need to come up with a name.
Hospital of Horrors.
Ooh. How about Satanic Psych Ward?
Ooh. What's another name for psych ward?
Psychiatric Insane Asylum.
Asylum.
The name that kept coming up was Asylum. To today's world means crazy house. But back in the past, it actually meant safe house. And then the old hospital started construction in 1949.
Asylum 49. I like it. Let's see what else they have here.
You go ahead. I'm gonna check some measurements in here.
I was happy, everything was going well. And as I walked through, that changed.
It's just amazing.
As I ventured through the maze, the feeling got more intense, way more intense. It felt just like a bunch of electricity going around me.
This can't be right.
I didn't know what to do. Leave, run. I had no idea. It felt like I was just frozen in time, and there was no way to get out. I felt something on my leg. And instantly, fear rushed into me. I was genuinely freaked out. When I left the maze, I left the hospital. I ran out the doors. I had never experienced anything like that.
Kim tells no one about the experience, and instead focuses on getting ready for the grand opening.
It was something that I didn't have an explanation for, and I didn't want to be that crazy person. I was a skeptic. I decided I'd better get back to work. I didn't want to mess this up.
It feels like we live here. Might as well roll it a sleeping bag.
It was a lot of hard work. We had to pull in family and friends left and right, go to our day jobs, still deal with our houses, our families, come up here, work every night, every weekend.
Didn't you say you needed to tuck your daughter in tonight?
Yeah, but not until 9.
Well, it's 9 now.
Oh. I'll see if I can come back after she's in bed.
Cool. Later.
I knew I was the only person here in the building. And I hear loud footsteps coming down the hall where I was at. And I thought to myself, damn, somebody got in the building.
Hello? Who's in here? You're not supposed to be here.
I look out in the hallway, not seeing anybody, but I could hear the footsteps still coming closer. And again, the confusion and the fear set in. But I was like, I'm not letting this, I'm just going to go back to work. That's it. So I remember setting it down clearly and walking out of the room. It was so far up into the table, it just didn't fall off. It had to have been pushed off the table. I knew. I had to leave. I couldn't take it.
Hey, Dusty. Yeah, I'm calling it tonight too. No, don't bother coming back. Yeah, no, I think these long hours are getting to me. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going home and seeing the wife for once. All right. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Kim pushes the experience out of his mind. But soon they won't be able to deny the building is far from empty.
I was on a 6-foot ladder, balancing the spider by myself in the dark.
Come on.
While putting finishing touches on their grand opening, Dusty Kingston suddenly fears she is not alone in the lobby of the old hospital.
It touched my inner core because it was right here. I felt the breath. My whole body just collapsed in on itself because I knew. Every instinct in me just says run. Run now.
Kim.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Were you just in the lobby with me? Are you messing with me?
No, I've been back here. Why?
I thought I heard you call my name.
I could tell that it had shaken her bad. It really had freaked her out.
No, that wasn't me. You okay?
It's nothing. I'm just so tired. I'm hearing things.
Never mind.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up, and then we're gonna take a break and go get some dinner, okay?
Worried Kim won't believe her, Dusty keeps her fear that the hospital may be haunted to herself. But Kim already has his own concerns. Neither have time to dwell on their experiences, as it's just a few weeks before Halloween when Asylum 49 opens to the public.
I was just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna make this work. We're gonna scare some people. This is the best thing that could have ever happened.
At the end of the first night, everybody was super excited.
The buzz was in the air. This is going to be something big.
As word spreads of the hot new attraction, Kim receives a visit that renews his suspicions.
I've been meaning to stop by for a while. Ooh. Ooh. Love what you've done with the place. Nice and scary.
Oh, yeah. Oh, one guest, he was this big guy, and one of the girls had him crying as she chased him down the hall.
He was excited for what we had already accomplished, and we started to swap some of the stories for the haunted house.
I haven't told anybody this, but I kind of psyched myself out in that room right there. I felt somebody tugging on my cargo shorts. You know, like as if a kid was trying to get my attention.
Oh.
I could see the expression and the color on his face just change.
I need to tell you something that happened to one of the nurses who set up the maze. She swore she saw a girl in there, running through the maze. I didn't believe her at the time.
I swear I just looked into his eyes for hours, stuck there. I don't even remember leaving after talking to him. I was so confused and so freaked out. I was relieved that it wasn't just me and I wasn't going crazy, but I was also fearful of something I can't control. This was out of my control.
Through a friend, Dusty and Kim get in contact with a local ghost hunting team, hopeful they can provide answers. Within weeks, members of the Utah Ghost Organization arrive to investigate, including psychic Trudy Roberts.
There's a mix of energies when I first walked in. I felt these feelings before, but not all in one location.
Hey, Alan, did you plug in this camera to the record drive? Hello?
The temperature behind me is very cold, very cold.
Hey, Alan, I'm gonna start down this way, see if I can capture any EVPs. Is there anyone in here with me?
It was just a really big mass. He blocked off about half of the hallway. I couldn't breathe.
While investigating Asylum 49, psychic Trudy Roberts encounters a dark entity.
I felt it was threatening. I knew that he was a male, but he didn't want to show himself.
You okay? What happened?
Something just rushed at me. I'm okay. We should just be cautious. There's so much more activity here than anywhere I've ever been.
I remember waking up the next day, getting a phone call. They were freaking out about all the activity that had occurred in the night.
The investigation team concludes the building is actively haunted. They share the evidence with Kim and Dusty.
I want to play you something from our audio recorder.
They brought up some EVPs, which are electric voice phenomenon.
This one rattles me a little. Glad I didn't hear it when it happened.
Is there anyone in here with me?
We'll be fine.
Not sure how to feel about that. Who are they? What are they doing here?
There are definitely a number of spirits who are patients here. The spirit of a little girl. She seems pretty playful.
This location is active because of what it was, a working hospital. There's a lot of trauma that have happened here. Those spirits, sometimes they don't leave.
You have a mix of residual and intelligent hauntings here. There is one entity I couldn't connect or communicate with. He seems protective, potentially aggressive. So be careful.
I still remember being skeptical. I still remember thinking, they're just trying to trick me. This can't be real.
Kim purchases a tape recorder and attempts to capture his own EVPs.
I decided that I was going to do this myself. And I just did what she did on the recording. I just started to ask questions.
Is there anybody in here other than myself?
Then I waited.
Why are you here?
I thought, this seems silly.
Might as well listen to it. Don't know why I'm the only one here. Why are you here?
I'll tell you.
Whoa.
I lost it. I was the only person. There was no one else there. No one could have made that noise other than a ghost or a spirit. It was life-changing for me. I had to accept that the paranormal existed.
Why are you here?
I'll tell you.
Well, damn.
Intrigued by the paranormal, Kim and volunteer Tyson Lemon dive headfirst into conducting ghost tours in the off-season.
I think we need to bring people in and let them know that ghosts exist, to share what we were experiencing during these ghost hunts.
The spirits in this room move objects.
Can you turn this flashlight on for us?
Holy.
That was something that we could show the world was happening. And so it became a staple of the ghost hunts. People would come in and they'd want to see this. It was the demand to impress the people that were coming.
Turn it on again. Come on now.
This is lame.
Okay, if you're real, why don't you try moving me?
And all at once I get a hand on my neck, and it like picks me up. I'm on my toes. I'm a big guy. He moved me like I was a feather.
Okay, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you so much for coming. If you'll follow me, I'll show you to the exit.
It scared the hell out of me.
Kim worries if they've pushed the spirits too far. The tour over. Everyone leaves for the safety of home. Or so Kim thinks.
Ghost hunting had taken everything out of me. Work had taken everything out of me. I remember just being completely exhausted. I remember laying there and drifting off, thinking, finally, I'm going to get some rest. And the next thing I remember is my chest starting to hurt. I can't breathe. I tried to move my hands. I couldn't move. And this thing is just pounding on me. Pounding me. Pounding. He's trying to kill me.
After learning his haunted house attraction is actually haunted, Kim Anderson finds himself under attack in his own home.
I thought, I'm going to die.
Are you okay?
I was just excited that the light was on and it was gone.
I'm fine. It's okay. Just go back to sleep. Wait. Can you please keep the light on tonight?
I didn't want it to be dark anymore. I don't know what just happened. Something followed me home. I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
After Kim shares what happened at home with Dusty, the pair realize they are in over their heads.
I thought, did I bring this on myself? Did it happen just because I dabbled in the paranormal? Then we need to stop what we're doing and find out why. And so we did. We stopped the ghost hunts.
Hi, I'm Richard.
Luckily, a well-known paranormal investigator has just asked to visit Asylum 49 after hearing about its activity.
Richard Estep didn't just want to come in and investigate. He wanted to help out.
Thanks for coming out. We really need your help.
Of course.
I first came on Halloween. I'm always wary when somebody stands to gain from the story of a haunting. These guys run a haunted hospital.
Before I investigate, I wondered if I could take a tour of the haunt and experience it as if the public would.
Sure thing. You're just in time for the last group.
Perfect.
I was about halfway through the haunt, and I saw a young girl in a Victorian-style dress pulling a woman into one of the rooms. And the female that she was pulling into the room looked terrified.
Impressive.
I kind of laughed and thought, you're getting your money's worth, ma'am.
So what do you think?
Oh, I was thoroughly creeped out. The little girl was particularly effective. I can't believe you have someone working here so young. What is she, 7 or 8?
What do you mean?
And I described what I'd seen. I'm convinced it's a kid.
The little girl, she's about this tall. She was wearing a little dress. She's walking across the hallway. It's the best bit.
We don't have any little girls. And no one in a dress like that. Whatever you saw, that wasn't one of our kids.
You're sure?
Yeah, you can check if you want. All the volunteers are meeting backstage together.
Perfect.
This little girl was not here. And that's when it dawned on me that what I had seen was an apparition. And that was incredible.
Estep gets to work uncovering details about the spirits who haunt the building.
Okay, we have our baseline readings. Make sure that you mark down any sudden spikes or any changes from here on in.
Will do.
As soon as the last person has left, we lock ourselves in the building to make sure we're not disturbed by the living.
Are there any spirits who would like to communicate or otherwise make themselves known?
Yeah, I got it too.
When you capture a child's voice on a recorder, that chills the blood.
Okay, let's mark down that reading. Yep. Who are you? What's your name, please?
Richard continues to collect information about the spirits haunting the former hospital. His biggest concern is the figure who attacked Kim.
I don't like bullies when they're alive. I like them even less when they're dead. And so I decided it was best to go confront the Black Shadow.
Now, this leads to where they saw their dark entity.
We began to hear footsteps in the darkness.
Did you hear that?
We were locked in. There was no way this was a flesh and blood human being. They would draw closer and closer. We are hearing movement in the darkness all around us.
You're not the boss here. Kim and Dusty are. You're not the boss here. Kim and Dusty are.
While uncovering the details of the spirits haunting Asylum 49, investigator Richard Estep finds himself in a standoff with a dark entity.
He was angry at us, and specifically angry at me.
I will not be pushed around.
He's not used to being challenged, and like most bullies, when you draw a line in the sand, he backed off.
After analyzing his evidence, the investigator shares his findings, shedding some light on the dark entity.
There are several spirits here, both patients and staff. If you ask the right questions, you'll learn about each spirit.
Richard brought a unique style to ghost hunting, more of an analytical style.
What about the Black Shadow? The one that attacked me? And Trudy?
Yes, that. Well, he does appear a bit possessive of this place. He comes off as a bit of a bully. If you poke the bear, it will bite back.
I certainly found that out.
Yeah, I guess we were treating them like trained monkeys. Guess I had it coming.
It's important for us not to treat these spirits simply as a thing. We have to remember that these are people, and giving them the respect that we would give any other human being is absolutely essential.
I had forgotten that they were human. I had to make it right.
Now, I believe you can coexist.
Do you think it's safe to start the ghost tour back up?
Oh, yes, yes. With a few adjustments. What you do
With the changes in place, Asylum 49 prepares for another Halloween season, believing they've made amends. But some spirits are not so forgiving.
When we're up here building the haunt, we have a ton to do, so much. And so you walk and talk. And so I had saw Kim.
Kim, which room do you want the mummies in? Kim, I'm asking you a question.
And he just is walking faster and faster and faster. He turns down the short little hallway that goes to the back. So I storm after him.
Kim!
It is a hallway with walls and a door at the end.
Kim?
There's nobody there. There's no other doors to go out of.
Kim? Hello? Anybody?
My chest was closing in on itself. I couldn't breathe. It felt like it wanted to destroy me.
Kim!
Dusty Kingston has just been attacked by an entity mimicking her Uncle Kim.
It was like every fear that I ever had in my entire life had just come in at me at once from every direction.
Hey.
Oh. How long have you been out here?
I don't know, about 20 minutes or so. Chatting with some folks interested in volunteering for next season. Why? Are you okay?
I just followed you through the back hallway. You disappeared and...
It's definitely disturbing that something out there could mimic me that close to where my closest relatives believe it's me. And Dusty was genuinely freaked out.
What's going on?
I don't know. But I'm really worried there's something bad here.
I was at my limit.
Dusty reaches back out to Trudy, who believes they are dealing with a dark entity known as a doppelganger.
Dealing with the doppelganger or a mimic, it's danger. Just danger.
This entity can mimic people. It took your energy. It was trying to possess and control you.
It actually did attempt to try and take over me.
It appears to be possessive of this place. It's appearing in many different forms, sometimes as Kim, and sometimes as a shadow entity.
So what do I do? How do I stop it? This is our building.
Trudy instructs Dusty how to put up a psychic barrier to fend off the dark entity.
You need to stand up to it. You can't let it manipulate and control you. It's here.
I knew I could stand up to him, but it terrified me.
You don't get to do this. You don't get to control me.
He was no longer there. I could breathe.
Ever since learning how to protect herself, Dusty has felt in control and no longer fears being alone in the asylum. Kim, Dusty, Tyson, and the rest of the crew are forever changed.
I went from being the biggest skeptic you've ever met to being a guy that will show you it exists.
I don't walk into Asylum anymore on edge because I know who's in the dark now.
Hey there.
We've made a connection with the spirits here now. They still keep me on my toes.
How about you wait till the crowd shows up before you show off?
Jessica, is that you?
A lot of the spirits up here, they're like our cast. They're just family.
Ready to open? Got quite a line out there.
Asylum, to me, is a home. It's a family.
Welcome to Asylum 49.